violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's the Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's get into the video.
Tonight, an update to a story we broke right here on 11 Alive News at 11. A mother is now facing charges after her daughter was found dead in a closet at a DeKalb County apartment complex.
Woo! Hey, man. What have I told you guys about these super single mother gremlins on Demon Time? It is rough out here, okay? The neglect is crazy in the community, and you know, instead of acknowledging that there is an issue when it comes to child rearing in the community, we are being like the ostrich and sticking our heads in the sand, okay? And that is not an effective position if you want to enact change. See, we're gonna have to do a lot more when it comes to paying attention to our children, paying attention to the parents of these children as well, because I'm sure there was somebody around who could have reported this woman to CPS. I know everybody say, oh, you know, you ain't gonna tell me how to raise my kids and da-da-da-da, but at the end of the day, when you see a serious issue when it comes to a child and their parents' relationship, needs to be reported. Somebody needs to speak up.
On Monday, we spoke to the neighbor at the Hidden Valley Apartments on Candler Road who found that little girl, and we now have learned her name, Alivia Hobbs Jordan. She was just 7 years old when she died. Her mother, Alondra Hobbs, is now charged with felony murder and cruelty in the second degree, but she is not behind bars just yet.
Wow. I mean, this is female privilege. She's not behind bars just yet. I mean, is she on the run? Is there a warrant out for her arrest? Are they just, what does that mean? You know, like, it's crazy.
She's actually in the hospital tonight. Right now, we are waiting to learn exactly what happened.
By the way, she called.
And how that little girl died. We'll, of course, continue to follow these updates for you on air and on 11alive.com.
And tonight, police arrested the mother of a child whose body was found decaying, mummified, in a closet of a DeKalb County apartment. And now she's in custody. She's facing felony murder charges.
Okay, they finally got her in custody, and she is facing felony murder charges. So looks like the police are doing the right thing. They're doing their job, and they're making sure that this woman is held accountable.
We're going to get straight to 11 Alive's Brittany Kleinpeter, who has been talking with police, residents at this complex. Brittany, what are you hearing from them tonight?
We are still working to learn details about what exactly happened, but in the last few hours, we did learn the name of that child, 7-year-old Alivia Hobbs Jordan. Police tell me they arrested Alondra Hobbs last night. She's facing multiple charges, including second-degree murder. This afternoon, we went to the Hidden Valley complex off Candler Road where the child was found. We were able to see a boarded-up door with what appeared to be flowers on the doorstep. We spoke to a resident earlier this week who told us they discovered the child on Sunday after smelling a strong odor coming from the apartment and noticing that the door was wide open and the lights were on.
And remember, guys, we covered this story last week. I told you guys about DeKalb County. Like I said, Atlanta is in it's in a horrible position right now, and you know, I don't know what it's going to take to change our current trajectory, but the path that we are walking down as a city, as a unit, as a collective, it's not a positive one, okay? Granted, there's always been crime, there's always been scammers in the A. There's always been, you know, hood ninjas who are pulling up and sliding, but these hit different. When a child is involved, it just hits different.
Stand up for like a minute or two to just realize that what it was. It's a dead child in the closet. You know how Money looked? She looked like a real Money. You can tell it was a young girl caught by what she had on.
That tipster also shared with us that inside of the apartment was filled with children's clothes and furniture and appeared as though the tenants left in a rush. We're told Alondra Hobbs is in a local hospital with an officer outside of her door, and she will be taken to jail upon her release. I did speak with a couple of her family members this afternoon, and they said they are not doing interviews right now, but told me they did appreciate me reaching out.
Afternoon, a DeKalb County mother is scheduled to make her first court appearance. She is facing charges after police say the body of her 7-year-old daughter was found inside the closet of an apartment back on June 25th. 11 Alive's Ariana Manish joining us this morning from the DeKalb County Courthouse with the very latest information and also how this body was discovered. Ariana.
Well, Aisha, the mother, Alondra Hobbs, she's facing second-degree murder and cruelty charges, and she'll make her first court appearance hours from now. Her daughter, Alivia Hobbs Jordan, she was found last Sunday inside of a closet at the Hidden Valley apartment. She was only 7 years old. A neighbor discovered the body when he noticed a front door to an apartment wide open at one of the buildings. He entered that apartment and walked into the bedroom and noticed a door to the closet was open and something was hanging out of that door. He tells 11 Alive that it was a human arm. The man said it appeared the body had been inside that closet for quite some time due to its condition. When we spoke to that neighbor, he says he also has kids too, and he cannot fathom what he found. Take a listen.
And for like a minute or two to just realize that what it was. It's a dead cow in the closet. You know how money looks? She look like a real mummy.
Now a GoFundMe has been set up to help this family with funeral expenses for the 7-year-old. It seems as if this GoFundMe was set up by the child's grandmother, who also asked for prayers as his family deals with what she calls a horrific tragedy. Meanwhile, the mother, Alondra Hobbs, she'll make her first court appearance at 1 p.m. today. Back to you.
Yo, what's good, BGZM News 17 family? I'm at the corner of Jesse Jackson and Marcus Garvey. And I got some bad news for you. As you can see, I lost my job. I'm out here living in cardboard boxes outside of boarded up vacant homes. YouTube said I'm done getting money out here in these streets. They even took my funky ass suit. So anything right now would help. So go ahead and hit that Cash App, hit that PayPal, hit that GoFundMe, hell, cop the merch. Or if you want to make the long-term commitment to the Jinquavius Jackson Fund, join the Patreon so that I can continue to put out top-notch content each and every day. Also, check out the Rumble, where there is absolutely no censorship. Link in the description box below.
Hey, yo, ain't that nigga Jinquavius? Yo, I recognize.
No, that's not me no more.
Hey, yo, run your pop.
Y'all killing me with this shit.
Do the opposite of Antonio Brown and take
What
all your
more
shit
do
off.
you want from me?
Heartbreaking new details tonight in a case out of DeKalb County. A mother due in court tomorrow, charged in the death of her young daughter.
And guys, I mean, how many times do we have to cover these stories? You know, the last woman, or one of the last women that I've covered who deleted her own child, you know, she went down to Miami. She was from Brooklyn, I believe. She went down to Miami. She looked like she was doing good, looked like she was, you know, eating good, juicing and eating healthy on her fitness wave. And then next thing you know, her daughter turns up dead and her mugshot is just looking ridiculous. And that's what we're seeing happening over and over again in the community. You know, we are not addressing these issues as a collective. It seems like we're not concerned at all. It seems like we have accepted that this is the norm, and it's not, and it shouldn't be the standard. But time and time again, you got people who aren't or shouldn't be having children trying to take care of these kids, and you know, you're gonna have the pro-choicers come in. Hey, well, you know, she probably shouldn't have had the kid in the first place, should have aborted it. And then you're going to have the pro-lifers, which I think she should have just gave the kid up for adoption. She can't take care of it. I know the foster system's not the best, but, you know, the younger you give the child up for adoption, the higher chance that they have in being adopted. So we got to start looking for solutions other than, I mean, just Xing out your own kid.
That girl's body found inside an apartment complex. Atlanta News First reporter Rachel Aragon, she's live in Decatur for us outside the apartment where officers were first called to investigate. Hey, Rachel?
Yeah, just a gruesome discovery, police say in their report. Initially, they got the call from someone who said they found a body inside that apartment complex. A sad and gruesome discovery leading officers to this apartment complex Sunday evening. According to the police report, DeKalb County Police say they responded to a call from a disconnected cell phone. The caller reported a dead person at Hidden Valley Apartments on Misty Waters Drive. According to the report, officers found what appeared to be a young girl's decaying body in the closet of one of the apartment units. The girl was 7 years old. Police say further investigation led them to the child's mother, Alondra Hobbs. Hobbs was arrested and charged with felony murder and cruelty in the second degree. Flowers lay in front of a now boarded up apartment unit. And Alondra Hobbs, again, the mother of that 7-year-old girl, is due in court tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pre-live indicator, Rachel Aragon, Atlanta News First.
Seven-year-old girl who was found dead in a DeKalb County apartment says they had no clue what was happening. Investigators say the body of Alivia Hobbs Jordan was decaying inside a closet.
So they're saying the family had no clue. This is getting real fishy.
Mother Alondra Hobbs faces murder charges. Fox 5's Eric Perry has reaction from shocked family members.
The aunt of Alondra Hobbs says that she thought the little girl was with her grandparents on the father's side. In fact, she says the mom had been around the family acting normal for months.
I know. I haven't processed it. I'm still not believing this.
It's still a dream, more like a nightmare for Latrice Robinson.
My sister was saying, Latrice, you know that was Olivia they found dead in DeKalb County. I was like, are you kidding me? So I really couldn't believe that.
Latrice Robinson's niece, Alondra Hobbs, faces murder charges after DeKalb police found her 7-year-old daughter, Alivia Hobbs Jordan, dead in a closet Sunday night.
When they said on the news that they found the baby with her hair combed, nice dressly, it's like, wow, that's my niece, because she does comb their hair and dress them neat.
So the family saying they had no idea what was going on. I mean, it's hard to believe. You see signs of neglect, the child not having fresh clothes, the child smelling weird, the child, you know, not going to school or missing a lot of classes, having a lot of tardies, absences. When the child comes around in family events, you know, they're acting different. Like, you know, somebody has hurt them, or, you know, there are different signs that you can see. And I find it hard to believe. Maybe the family just didn't spend much time with the girl.
Neighbors reported a foul odor coming from a unit at the Hidden Valley apartment complex that's on Misty Waters Drive. They say the precious little girl had been dead for some time and body was decaying.
We had no clue. The baby was supposed to have been with with the daddy's mom in Albany. That's what she kept telling us. But she was here, staying here with my sister. She was staying in the back with...
So here's what happened. Now that all makes sense. All of it makes sense. The child was supposed to be with the father's family. And here goes that tired old narrative of deadbeat dads and deadbeat dads. When these mothers, specifically these super neglectful single mother gremlins on demon time, are practicing parental alienation, which I talk about a lot. Parental alienation, guys, look it up. Not allowing the father to see the child. When these single mothers are practicing parental alienation, they will do anything anything to keep that child away from the father. And if that means taking that child's life, that's what these super single, neglectful mother gremlins are doing. I've told you guys over and over again, it is what it is. You don't have to believe me. The proof is in the pudding. You can say this is anecdotal, right? Or you can say that this is a pattern. And I believe that it's a pattern. And that was probably what happened with that young lady who moved from New York to Miami. And that makes sense why she would move from, you know, all the way up north to all the way down south. The you know, the lowest point, at least on this, in this country, south, right? Or one of the lowest points, is because they're running from something or someone. And that someone is usually the baby father who wants to be in his child's life, who believes that he is a better suited father. But the courts, they don't believe that. And, you know, you guys can say whatever you want. That child was supposed to be with the father's mother. The father's mother, which is that child's grandmother, okay? And she wasn't. And that's why she's no longer here with us. Because you have these vindictive women who are literally willing to delete their own child just so the father can't get it, or, you know, neglect the child because they can't afford the child just so that they don't look like they took a L to the baby daddy.
The guy.
Robinson says Alondra has 2 other small kids. She says Alivia has been diagnosed with autism.
The question, why you didn't pick up the phone and ask for help?
Robinson said they tracked Alondra down to the Days Inn and called police.
So you heard it. Why didn't she call for help? Because then that would be admitting defeat. Guys, this is not hard to decipher, because this is an issue that black men deal with all the time. Believe it or not. You know, now we got some deadbeats. Don't get me wrong. I'll never take away from the fact that we got some runners and them track stars. They gonna run away when it get hard. All right, we got some folks who will, you know, do the dash, do the race, right? But we also have some fathers who want to be in their child's life and they want custody, and the woman fights them. And we know that 90% of the time the woman gets custody, and it's damn near impossible for the man to get custody. This is the result. It happens all the time.
This video shows her in the back of a patrol car. DeKalb police have not released the official cause of death for that little girl. Family members say it just doesn't make sense.
I didn't see that in her. We all have issues, but I didn't think you would do something to your kids.
So you didn't see it in her, but I could see it in her eyes. These super neglectful single mother gremlins are on demon time.
Check police say Hobbs was still in the hospital. No word why yet, but she faces charges of murder and child abuse. Eric Perry, Fox 5 News.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car. I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.